Bonjour classe, aujourd'hui c'est mardi le 8 janvier and today I'm going to try to go do a quick lesson and a quick review of what we did today because I know I had one person out today in my pre-AP class. So obviously we always do our warm-up first, so we're going to go to weekly warm-ups. It happens to be the same as regular, so I'm going to go over here. And this was our warm-up for today. Okay. You were to look at the picture and then copy the phrase, and then we were going to discuss it. So what we decided was, first, before we looked at the phrase, we described the picture. We saw, looked to be like a French poodle and three other dogs, and one is conversing with the French poodle. And he says, Bonjour, comment vous appelez-vous? Comprenez-vous? Shucks, boys, this poodle is no more French than I am. And so we discussed it and determined that perhaps the meme is trying to convey that we should not judge a book by its cover. Because just because the poodle is a French poodle doesn't mean that she necessarily understands French or can speak it. Also, to point out, the fact that the dog uses vous means that apparently this is a formal setting. The dog does not know this poodle, and he needs to be very formal. It's a very French thing to do, to always be formal with someone that you don't know, if it's an adult. So that is what we did first. That was our warm-up. Then we continued on taking notes on the future tense with aller plus the infinitive. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click present so that this looks bigger. And so what we did was we copied the rest of this down. We talked about how when we want to say that we're going to do something that is in the near future, which means in the next minutes, hours, days, weeks, something that's not way far in the future, but near. That's why it's called near future. We use the verb aller in the present tense plus the action in the infinitive. So that means that whatever it is that we're going to do, that will be in the infinitive. And we use the verb aller in the present tense because aller is to go. So if we want to say, for example, here the verb aller is in the present tense. It goes with il va, he is going, jouer, to play volleyball this weekend. So il va jouer au volley. So the activity that he's going to do, notice, is not conjugated in the present tense. It's not he's going play, he's going to play. Okay? So il va jouer au volley ce weekend. So we do the same thing with the rest of them. If it's I'm going to do something, then it's je vais, and then the action, notice it's in the infinitive. So faire du camping. Je vais faire du camping. I'm going to go camping. Tu vas, you're going, porter un maillot de bain. To wear a swimsuit. Porter is the verb. This is the verb to wear, and then the clothing is un maillot de bain, a swimsuit. That is the infinitive. This is the infinitive faire, to do or to make. Il va, he is going, lire un bon livre, to read a good book. Lire being the infinitive, to read. Elle va lire un bon livre. Again, she's going to read a good book. We're talking about something that she's going to do. It means that she's not doing it right now or at the present time. It's something she's going to do in the near future. We're going to skip personne for the moment. Vous allez, you or y'all, are going to take a trip. Faire un voyage. Again, faire is the infinitive. Nous allons, we are going, chercher, to look for, un job d'été, a summer job. Ils vont faire du ski nautique. They're going to go water skiing. Faire being in the infinitive. Elles vont, same thing. They're going to go water skiing. Faire du ski nautique. Bob et Sue vont, Bob and Sue are going, planter, to plant, un jardin, a garden. So notice the activity is in the infinitive. When you want to say you're going to do it, you have to put this in the infinitive, the activity. When we want to make the verb phrase negative, we put the word ne before the conjugated form of aller and put pas after the conjugated form of aller. Example, il ne va pas nager. He's not going to swim. Notice that the va is what gets the ne in the pas. That's the conjugated verb. That's what gets the ne and the pas in the negative. Nager does not get it. We don't say he's going not to swim or he's going to not swim. We say he's not going to swim. All right, if your answer is no one, nobody is going to do this or nobody's doing this, whatever the tense may be, you use the word personne and then ne before the conjugated verb when no one is the subject of the verb. Personne ne va nager. No one is going to swim. And notice where the ne is. It's before the conjugated verb. All right. And this is just a little bit of a review about when we use the preposition à. And it's always before cities. Okay? À Paris, à Houston, à Orlando, all that other stuff. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit out. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to type some things. So we already talked about how on personne, right here, oops, I'll move it over just a little bit because I want to be able to have more room to type. Okay, so using personne, for example, if I wanted to say no one is going to eat, all right, then I would say personne ne, because I have to have personne ne, see, personne plus ne, all right, so I'll bold that, boom, personne ne, and then va, because we're saying that no one's going to do something, so personne ne va, to eat, manger, to eat, personne ne va manger, so that is no one is going to eat. Now, what if I wanted to say no one is eating? What if I wanted to say it in the present tense? I still have to say personne ne. That is non-negotiable. You have to say personne ne. You have to put the ne with it. All right? Whoops. Boom. All right. Now, but I don't want to say no one is going to eat. I want to say no one is eating. In other words, right now I'm looking in the cafeteria and I don't see anybody eating. No one is eating. So instead of personne ne va manger, I'm going to take the va out because I'm not saying that they're not going to eat. I'm saying they're not eating. So then I take the activity of eating and I conjugate it in the present tense. Personne ne mange. And I put it with an E because personne takes the conjugation of the third person singular. So they take il or elle or on, the ending of il, elle, or on, no matter what that verb is. So no one is eating. All right? So let's do another example. Let's say I want to say no one is studying in the present tense. No one is studying. So again, I would say personne ne for sure. I'm not saying no one's going to study. I'm saying no one is studying. So again, notice I have to use an apostrophe now because étudie begins with a vowel. Personne n'étudie. And notice I'm using the third person conjugation in the present tense. So the point of this rule, if you notice, down here, where it says personne plus ne before the conjugated verb, it's the verb that is conjugated right here. It's the one that's in the present tense. That is the verb where the personne and the ne will go. All right? So this one is no one is studying. one is studying. All right? Now, I'm going to change it, and I'm going to say no one is going to study. Again, personne ne. This time, I'm going to say no one is going. So now I'm going to use the va here. Personne ne va. And then I'm going to change this into the infinitive. Personne ne va étudier. Okay, I put it back in the infinitive. Do you see what I mean? Even in English, when we want to say no one in the present tense, we say study. All right, if we're talking about going to do something, notice we put the to as well, which means that we're using the infinitive. So you have to make, in French, you have to make it a visual change. You have to go from the present tense to the infinitive in order to make it right. Okay. All right, so anyway, so that is how you use personne. Now, when you are making sentences negative, you do it the same way that you always done when you want to say that someone is not doing something. For example, not going to do something, like I am not going to eat pizza. All right, so first of all, let's say I am going to eat pizza. Je vais manger la pizza ce soir, tonight. I'm going to eat pizza tonight. And then I decide, I change my mind, and I'm not going to eat pizza tonight. So then what I do is again, we just like we make any other sentence negative, we put the ne before the conjugated verb and the pas after it. Je ne vais pas manger la pizza ce soir. So, the ne and the pas makes it negative. All right, so I'm going to have to pause it for just a second. Okay, I don't have much time left, so we did do an activity. Hang on a second, let me find it real quick. I forgot. Okay, real quick. This thing after we did when we went over the notes is we did an activity like this one, and I have it printed out, and it'll have your name on it, and it'll be in the folder. So after we took the notes, we went and did this activity, we completed it, and then we turned it in to the drawer so that I could get your first grade for the 9 weeks. If you use your notes, everything that I've put in this video and what's in the PowerPoint, you should be able to work it out. So I'm going to stop there for that. Now I'm going to pause it and go to the next thing because I can only do 15 minutes of a recording. Hang on. Okay, so then the last thing we did was we copied down these sentence stems right here. Okay, and what you're seeing is you're seeing a slide from the PowerPoint that's on the French 2 Pre-AP Notes and Activities webpage. It's the PowerPoint that says to Pre-AP what you should have in your interactive notebook and on what page. So I took a picture of mine, and here it is, and we went down through these, and then what I did was I had them choose 5 sentence stems and write a sentence about something they're going to do using these sentence stems. Ce week-end, ce matin, cet après-midi, ce soir, ce plus a day, like ce jeudi ou ce vendredi, demain, après l'école, aujourd'hui, cette semaine, cette année, cet été, dans 10 minutes, for example, in 10 minutes, dans 1 heure, in 1 hour, dans 3 jours, in 3 days. So that is it. Au revoir. À demain.